Okay. Here I have, I'd like to introduce myself first. Okiniksukuex, nistunutaniko Anatsipi'kssaakii, nidufto Siksika, nitsunika sim Anatsipi'kssaakii. I said, hello, friends. I'm greeting you as family. I told you my baby name, which is Pretty Soundbird Woman. Before I was born, my great-grandmother had a dream, and when I came into the world, I received my baby name. And usually when you get older, you can have an adult name, but I still hold my baby name. And when I was talking to Sokokoto, another elder, he said that maybe you want to keep your name and keep making your dreams come true, because my name is from Dreamtime. So here we have a shell that was gifted to me by a grade 3 teacher. Inside I have sage, I have matches. I was gifted another little sage bundle, also sweetgrass. And we use these for prayer. And I know that I'm not lighting them today, but I am going to hold them and just reflect on that. Beautiful medicines from Mother Earth. When you're picking sweetgrass, it's a sense of reverence. You give tobacco first before you receive, and then it takes quite a bit to braid, especially if you have a big bundle to braid them all. And it's like the stems are single, but then they have the grass leaves, 3 or 4 in each. So 7 for the past, 7 for now, 7 for future generations. So you can use tobacco or kinnikinnick, that traditional way. Also cedar, sweet pine, juniper, just depending on what your intentions are. But it's mostly about that connection with Creator in your own way of connecting to source energy. So I would like to say a prayer in my language. And you can, I always, when I go to schools, because there's a lot of children from many different countries, I say pray in your first language, because the lineage, the DNA is connected to the language, and then the ancestors know what you're talking about when you pray in your own way. And so I'm just going to say a quick prayer. Ayo na pinatusi Anatsipi'kssaakii. Ayo apistutokis pamokinan. We ask you, dear Creator, to guide our footsteps today in this beautiful snowy weather that cleanses Mother Earth. We're grateful for our food, our water, our shelter. Thank you for all our friendships here at Unity. Thank you for this beautiful occasion that we can connect with traditional ways, Siksikaitsitapi, Nitsitapisi, our way of life. We're grateful for all the wonderful friends that we've met and a continued sense of community. We're so grateful. Hey. I have here a little poster that I made. I know it's a little bit hard to see. It's a collage I made. Like for a winter count, you'd have a buffalo hide and then draw a story on the buffalo hide. You have the Big Dipper, the Pleiades, and in the Blackfoot way, there's 4 Blackfoot tribes, and this would be the traditional land of the Blackfoot people who've been on this land for thousands of years. In the east, starting at Cypress Hills, all the way down to Yellowstone Park, which is 9 hours south near Bozeman, Montana, west to the Rocky Mountains to the Great Divide, and up north to the North Saskatchewan River. This is the traditional land of the Siksikaitsitapi, the Siksika, the Kanai, Pikani, Amska, Pi, Pikani. The stories, the songs, the ceremonies that have been here for thousands of years. The Tsutina, the people of the beaver, also the Wesley, Bears Paw, Chiniki, Stony Nakota people at Minithi, also our friends, the Métis and Inuit, and everyone who makes their home in southern Alberta. So I like to acknowledge the land, and I think my late mom would have appreciated that, because when you think about the history of the place, it's so beautiful. I'd like to say thank you to Unity of Calgary for inviting me to speak today. When Blackfoot people traditionally speak, a lot of times they're speaking with their hands, like in sign language, also speaking from their heart. At this time, I would like to do a meditation, and I'm going to put on a little bit of music and then get comfortable. So sit comfortably with your feet flat on the ground. Keep your back straight. Relax your hands and your shoulders. Breathe. Breathe in. Hold it. Relax, breathe out. Now just imagine that you're grounding to Mother Earth with a cord or something that will tie you to the center of Mother Earth. And you could think about crystals if you choose, and that you feel grounded and relaxed, peaceful in your heart. Now relax your feet. Let all the tension go. Relax your ankles. They pivot, they turn, they twist. And right now it's okay just to relax your feet and your ankles. Your knees, they bend and move when you walk and run and hop and skip. And now you can just give your knees a little bit of a break. They help you move forward. Your legs are so strong. And the biggest muscle in your body is always working for balance. So it's time to relax your legs and relax your hips, where you can sometimes feel emotion. Release anything that is not serving you at this time. You think about your abdomen. Relax your tummy. Any feelings of discomfort, or just let it go. Up to your solar plexus. Feeling calm, feeling centered, feeling that little bit of joy. Move up to your shoulders. Relax your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Now, relax your neck and your head. And if it resonates to you, calm all your chakras: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo. And just imagine those colors just as a beautiful rainbow. Feeling the peace inside your heart, calming your mind. We are here now. It's relaxing and peaceful. Breathe in. And I'm going to be quiet. Now, breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, do a little stretch. And when you're ready, open your eyes. That's pretty relaxing, I'd say. Okay. I wanted to speak a little bit about residential school. Just to give you a little idea about the history of First Nations people, where hardships might come through. The language is coming back, I'm hoping, because like with my late mother, she was punished for speaking Blackfoot. And it's actually one of the first ways to eradicate a culture is just take away their language. So that's why I greeted you in Blackfoot first, to honor my ancestors. Through the ceremonies and guidance and wisdom that's been passed down from knowledge keepers, elders, ancestors, one of the real ways of prayer and getting together is akokasin. It's in English, the word would be Sundance. It's the circle where people gather. And that was told to, I learned it from Chief Travis Plaited Hair. He's always got a lot of great teachings. In traditional times, it was only the men who danced. They celebrated a good war party or buffalo hunt. And only after it went underground from 1885 till the late 50s, Then dancing came back. And so my late mother, she was a Fancy Shawl dancer. And this shawl would be something like what she would have worn. Very simple colors, a simple design, no bling. The flat fringe or skinny fringe can be used. And it's a bit more of a reverent type of dancing. That's how I feel anyway. That it's, you still have to move to the beat of the drum and move fast and fancy feet, but not a whole lot of spinning. It's a beautiful style, old style. And then you have contemporary. Contemporary fancy shawl is my style. I like to, even I'm a little bit older. I love sewing for one. That's one of my gifts. And then anything neon is what I love. So this is my newest shawl. And for me, this one would be a connection to the gold frequency, and I might explain that a little bit later. Dancing, drumming has always been a part of my life. Ever since I was 3, there was a part during my childhood where after my mom and dad split up, I didn't dance for some time. And then as a young adult, I started dancing again. Healthy families rooted in spiritual beliefs can help heal generational trauma. Yeah, I work at a group home with Siksikaitsitapi, and I always want to be a good role model and share with the young people the teachings. They have to absorb it for themselves, kind of live through it. And then when they hear it enough, then it's like, oh yeah, I'm proud of myself. I love who I am. Healing through kindness, joy, love, faith, and honesty. Those are close to my heart. When I was thinking about hope, I was thinking, well, gee, Mother Earth gives us everything that we want. Everything that we need is provided by Mother Earth. And, through many difficult times, you always have choices and free will. I really, truly believe that. So, wanted to share a little bit about myself and my hubby. His name is Luke. We've been able to travel on the Power Trail and perform around the world, sharing our gifts and talents. And I went to Tromsø, Norway in 1992. I went to Cuba and danced with the dance troupe. My friend Jackie and I, we brought 5 youth and 4 adults, and we danced in Veradero in Havana. And if you've ever been to Cuba, oh my gosh, there's music everywhere. And I don't know if you get the meaning Indian time. That can mean, it always seems that you're late. But it's actually, I've heard that it's the time it takes for a woman to have a baby, or the time it takes for you to watch the sunset. Well, in Cuba, the time is slower. We wanted to dance and perform at 10 o'clock, and it didn't happen till 2:15 in the afternoon. So, you just go swimming in the ocean and, enjoy yourself. I felt freedom there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I embraced that so much. We went to Taiwan in July, August. Don't do it. No, it's too hot. It's like in those summers, the season, plus 40, 100% humidity. And we were dancing. We did parades, 7 cities. We were with the Global Indigenous Peoples Performing Arts Festival. That's a long name. 250 performers from 12 different countries, and we're hosted by the Indigenous people of Taiwan. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing to be there. And I was going to back out because at the time when I was asked by my friend Alex Wells, he's the tsunami hit Japan. And I thought, I was looking on the map, well, Japan's here and Taiwan's here. I'm not going. Divine energy intervened and I went, and yeah, it was so beautiful. Especially like in here in this area, you can have the Cree or the Blackfoot style, but you hold hands and then you move to the side with the drum. In Taiwan, they link arms and then step to the side. Oh, it's just, and I always had tears because you could feel that they were connected to Mother Earth. So beautiful. My hubby Luke and I, we danced in Hawaii, all across Turtle Island, Stampede, Grandstand Show in Banff, Olympic Torch Relay, 2010. We share a culture with the youth in Creston. 1,500 students are bussed in. You know, you go over the summit, over the pass, from Caslow, from Nelson, from everywhere, and they meet in Creston. And then, like hopefully we'll be able to hoop dance today. I have 120 hoops. And we get everybody going, and we're jumping, and lots of fun. We danced at Spruce Meadows for the Masters. Luke danced for the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver for the opening ceremonies. We both danced for the Veterans Powwow at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Usually we fly in, but the one time that I went by myself, there was no helicopter. And I'm thinking, well, of course, there was rain in the desert, and then that could create flash floods. And it was too windy, so they said you could walk in or you could go back to Kingman. And I thought, geez, what am I going to do? So I packed up my little bag, a side bag. I had a bottle of water. I had a little bit of fruit, and then hiked in 5 hours and 10 minutes later. From Hilltop, switchbacks. There was 2 mule trains, and then a few people going back up. But it was like so amazing to walk in the Grand Canyon. Oh my gosh. Luke and I have been head dancers for the International Peace Powwow in Ochapwace. And we've danced at different galas and conferences. I love doing school assemblies. And there was one time when I'd like be shaking. I'd like be holding my notes, and I'm like so nervous. But now with inner guidance and knowing what I want to share, I don't really get nervous anymore. And there can be 600 children and teachers and a few parents, and I'm just like, okay, let's go. And I love it. I really do. Yeah, because I get everybody involved, the children dancing. So there is a difference between traditional powwows and contest powwows. And it's totally different from akokasin. That's the holy ceremony. That's the true way of the Blackfoot people gathering in prayer. You always leave the door open, the area open to the east, so spirit can come through. But a long time ago, like I'm gonna go back like to the late 50s. that's when my great grandfather would have used horse and buggy to travel to powwows. And when they got there, they'd be fed, they'd do some dancing, and the men would sing. And if I'm not sure about long time ago, now the women back up sing, which would mean that the men sit around the big drum and then the women sing higher than the men, and it sounds so beautiful. But I'm not sure about, in the 50s and 60s, but they would dance. They would put their regalia on. You wouldn't say costume. What I'm wearing is not a costume. It's more of an outfit or a regalia. And a long time ago, it was more simple. There was always a giveaway, even though the people wouldn't have had much. They gave away gifts, whether it be tobacco, or blankets or something to travel with. And then more modern times, the Crow people or the Northern Cheyenne, oh my gosh, they gave away tables. Literally, they filled the table for one person, and they'll call that one person, and then the person has to take the table, and all the food, all the blankets, and the people who are having the giveaway in the Northern Cheyenne style, they have to cook like the meat, the berries, and things like for ceremony. I experienced this a couple of weeks ago in Bozeman. The Crow people, and if you go to a powwow, probably these larger powwows, and someone's holding a branch, like it has, pieces of the branch, and that symbolizes a horse. But in Crow, they bring the horse right into the arena, and then, okay, this is for you. Here, take the horse. Yeah, yeah. So, and that's what the potlatches were all about too, on the West Coast, to give away. The government didn't understand that, because you got to tax people, and you got to, have some kind of grab. But no, the people, they gave what they had. Now with the modern ways of powwow, you can win big money. Yeah. I guess it depends on the judges if they like your style. And okay, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. It's about how you keep in time with the drum, how you move your feet. So let's say if Fancy Shawl, how graceful you are when you turn and spin and move with the fringes. And if you stop on time, that's because the drum will always try, especially for Fancy, they'll try to trick you. So you have to know the songs, and then you stop on time, and then the judges might notice. But it's pretty exciting. Yesterday I came from Piikani, from the War Veterans Society powwow, and it was just lovely. Even traveling and there was snow, and think it might be icy. No, it was good. The highways were fine. A little bit windy, but I'm glad I went. Yeah, Piikani, they always feed the people, and they had the drums in the middle. Nowadays, they usually have the drums on the outside to keep the space open, but this time they put all the drums in the middle, and then the people were dancing, and then the audience and the crowd and onlookers. So I do love powwow. I always have to keep myself in check when my ego might get involved, and because I know I'm shiny and flashy, and but I've learned a few times that you got to take care of your body, and if you have an injury, I like just one example. I fractured my foot when I was going to do the grandstand show, 2007, I think. And they said, "Oh yeah, just go to the hospital and get a cast." And I'm thinking, I can't dance with a cast, so I faked my way and I limped my way on stage. Yeah, with the young Canadians, and then finally, I went to sports medicine and they wrapped my foot. I had a new foot. It was so nice the way they taped it. And then the fracture, it was like, yeah, I was in pain all that time. But you really have to like take care of your body and know. I want to say I want when to surrender, because you are in control of your path, your life path, and choices that you make are really important. And then sometimes you get a hurdle. Like in grade 7, I used to do the hurdles, and I know you knock one over, and then you keep running and you jump over the hurdle again, and it makes you stronger, for sure. Yeah, as I want to say, as an athlete, as a grandmother, I love fancy and I love hoop dancing. And it really gives me hope when I can feed myself well and drink good spring water and get enough rest and do the meditations, and all of these things put together are good for your soul. Usually on, yeah, I got my timer. I'm good. I'm for since I've been coming to Unity, I've had the daily word pop up, I think through Facebook, and I just love it. I love reading and hearing the good messages from Daily Word. What resonates with you? Well, in the native way, we would say Great Spirit or Creator or God, the gold frequency. When I say gold frequency, it means that we're all connected. The rivers, the land, the trees. I say it this way: the 6 nations, the ones that fly, the ones that swim, the insects, the plant kingdom, the 4-leggeds, and Anatsipi'kssaakii. We're all one. We're all connected. We're not separate. And then you think about the cosmos, the stars. I did a painting of the Milky Way galaxy. It's called the Wolf Trail in Blackfoot. And it's the circle of life. And I like telling this story because my cousin, my older brother, he said that we come from the stars in the Blackfoot way, right? That's what we believe. We come from the stars, we do our earth walk, and then we go back to the stars. So it's that circle of life. And also, if you want to research the Milky Way galaxy or the Wolf Trail, long time ago, there was a Blackfoot family who was starving. And the wolves took pity on the people. And they said to the people, "We will help you hunt animals with hooves and horns, not paws and claws." And when I lived up north, I was offered a muskrat twice. Like my friend Rebecca Wood, she cooked it. She's Julia Child's chef, and she came to teach a cooking course because I invited her to teach up north, and she cooked a muskrat. And then another time, a friend of mine cooked a muskrat and said, "Would you like to try it?" And I said, "No," well, because it looked funny in the pan. Not only that, but probably in the back of my mind, my great grandmother was saying, "Don't eat that. It's got claws and paws, not hooves and horns." So hooves and horns would be bison, elk, deer, antelope, moose, bighorn sheep, and mountain goats traditionally. So those are the connected to the wolf trail. We all have an inner knowing that we're all one. Like when I hear from my elders these little pieces about the Blackfoot way, and you say it's Siksikaitsitapi nitsitapi sini, our way of life, like the puzzle pieces are fitting. It's like, wow, that's so cool. Finding hope in the now moment, like right now. Like just knowing that things are going to be okay, trusting your higher self. And the best way to do that is to breathe. Focus in the moment and just remember, like, because when you're a baby, your belly goes up and down, but to calm down at any time, you can just breathe through your belly and stay in the moment. And I just made a note of the 13-month calendar. 13. Yeah, where if you look on a turtle's back, the big section's 13, and then going around it's 28. And that goes with the woman's cycles and the lunar moon to moon, and then also correlates to the solar energy in divine timing with natural order. The 12-month calendar doesn't really do that. And so I just wanted to put it up there. Stay in the moment, the present moment on the 13-month calendar, just saying. Yeah, some days you have to just surrender and give it to Creator. And remember to play. I graduated from Grant MacEwan College when I was a counselor assistant at Fort McKay School. I received the Dreamcatcher Scholarship Award for being a good role model for the young people. And then at that time, moved to Fort Chip with the Head Start program, the little guys, where I recaptured my inner child, learned how to play again. And then I came home back to Calgary. I lived in Ottawa, Mackay, Fort Chip, and then came back, mostly because I was homesick. Because I like Mokinstis. But remembering to play is important. Like, have some fun, enjoy. And for me, as a teacher, hoop dancer, and going to the different schools, I see it all the time. And you can't teach children to play. They know. It's innate. It's fun to watch and to see how they move with the hoops or how they fly around and how they can laugh and giggle. And I have a special guest. This is Lemon the bear. Lemon the bear is in a cradle board. This is where mom puts it over her shoulder in the front, and then baby's on the back. These ones move when the wind blows. I did the beadwork here. There's a little dragon, and by no means is that a Blackfoot design. It's my imagination. I made it for Lemon, so I like dragons. And then Lemon's waving. And then the top part here is traditionally tanned, smoked deer hide. I changed it up a little bit and it looks pretty good. Come on, Lemon. You just say hi, okay? Be nice. Don't bite anyone, okay? Yeah, be friendly. Lemon, he kind of steals the show. The children love him. And I do too. Yeah, yeah, that's Lemon. Lemon the bear. He comes with me everywhere. And even though he's in like a cradle board, And I recognize him like a baby, but he's 16 years old. And the children say, he's a teenager. And he's fun for me. I tried to make my own puppet. It was a disaster. My puppet had googly eyes. And I don't know what I did, but the teeth were sharp and it would have hurt somebody. But Lemon, he's gentle, he's cute. I didn't bring his guitar, but I know, and he's got his own hoop. And the children always make little stuff like necklaces and, little goodies for him. But he's kind of cute. I even had one elder say, "Did you have a vision of this bear?" I said, "No, I just bought him for $26.99 plus tax." I had one elder up north. He was a buckskin dancer, and I had Lemon under my shawl. And I brought Lemon out, and he saw it. I was like, "Oh, that's a bear." And he told me, "Well, okay, I like that bear." And he was Cree. I could just tell by his accent. Let me take that bear off your hands. I'll buy him from you. I said, "No, he's not for sale." I said, "How much?" He told me, "How much did you pay for that bear?" I said, "Well, I paid a little bit of money." And he said, "I'll double it and I'll add some moose meat." You guys don't get it. Up north, if you have moose meat, you're rich. Yeah, he's going to throw in some moose meat. So I love this community. Siksikaitsitapi, that means I love you all. I'm going to dance for you. And just a little note that for wealth, for Native people, doesn't mean that you would have had a lot of money. Even before residential school, they traded. So it was health, family, and friends that were important. And I just made a few little notes too. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. Na Binatusi is the source of all life. And when you say it that way, it means the sun, but the sun gives life to all the world. And I explained about the 6 nations, how we're connected. So we're all one and God is everywhere present. I am walking on the good road, good red road. That is our life and we're walking together. I create. To pray and have reverence are the connection to everything. To feel that inner peace and joy and love and just be delighted to live your life. That's where the reverence comes from. I pray. We give thanks to Creator Source Energy through the spirit world. And I know that in the Native way, with the ceremonies, you can see spirit. I don't see spirit, but I honor my ancestors. And number 5 would be I act. Action is the key to showing kindness, caring, and compassion. So I'm just going to move these things here and get ready to dance for you. And then, I hope you like the hoop dance.
Gaki o esquewa kayo we a oh hey we a oh hey hey oh hey we a oh hey oh hey hey oh tap we oh ma Kena hai skena wa kan ka Skin